Putin's strategic objectives was to split the West, split partners. What you see here is a living, tangible example of nations coming together to say, no, we won't put up with that, and we will support Ukraine.
Що ви хотіли сказати Путіну?
Можна.
So in 2021 and the early days of 2022, before Russia's illegal invasion, I was the orbital commander. So I've worked with the armed forces of Ukraine before. I've known them for several years now, and they're an incredible organisation to work with. It's a great honour to be entrusted to try and coordinate the training that we're delivering for them here now.
Життя розділилося на до і після. Це всі на собі відчули, коли ми раніше жили, працювали задля свого чисто проживання, то зараз ми працюємо для армії. Особисто моя родина також працює на благо нашої армії.
So the life is basically divided on before and after. Before we've been working to support our living, and now we are working to support the army. And in particular, my family is working to support the army as well, to help the army.
The exercise that you've been able to see today is one of the urban exercises. We train them on Interflex in a number of different tactical environments, in rural countryside environments, in trenches. We do a lot of stuff in trenches, that's an important. And we also do stuff in an urban environment. And this particular British Army training village gives us the opportunity to give them the chance to practice in the difficult conditions that urban warfighting represents.
So I'm Lance Corporal Biggs, and I'm part of a training team, and we're delivering the Section Commander's Battle Course to the Ukrainians. What they're doing here is a big part of the training that they need, clearing buildings, going through villages. So this is why we're training on things like this, and then small team training out in the field, and also trench warfare training.
The course, the amount of time we have for the courses isn't a huge amount of time. So we focus it down on the really important things of maintaining that will to fight and providing the morale. The moral component of fighting power is really important. The core job of the infantry is to close with and kill the enemy. So lethality, their ability to be lethal, is really, really important. Being able to protect themselves, to react to them accordingly, whether that's mines, whether that's artillery, whether that's drones, all those things. And putting together that sort of triumvirate of three key principles is key.
My name's Sergeant May. I'm currently running the Platoon Sergeant Battle Course with the Ukrainians. In a couple of weeks' time, they're going to be on the front line, and that really sort of sets the standard of how they take on the information that we give them in the lessons. At the minute, they're the most current and competent subject matter experts in warfare. So yeah, we're definitely learning things off the lads that come over.
Звичайно, так як досвід уже є, але оці всі навички, оці всі розроблені програми дуже допоможуть при суміщенні з нашим навчанням, тільки позитивний досвід.
Absolutely good training. We definitely have our own experience, but in combination with new skills that we are acquiring here, it's going to be great benefit for the front line.
Відчуття добрі. Приїхали навчатися, тому що з перших днів війни, зараз війна переходить на другий рівень. В основному бої вже проходять в містах, в урбанізованій місцевості, зачистка, штурм. Всього цього треба навчатися по-новому.
Good feelings. We came down here for training because right now the war is on a different level. A lot of fights are happening in urban, so we're learning how to clear buildings, how to do fight in urban.
There are a number of what we call golden threads that run through our training, but things we do and skills we focus on that help try and sort of bring that to life. But some of those being medical training as well as another one, the tactical care of the combat casualty, dealing with countering explosive ordnance, understanding and fighting within the rules of the law of armed conflict as well is also really important. So there are a number of different things we do there to help try and develop that. As you can hear, the noise of the battlefield is challenging, and for this course, leadership, control, and communication is difficult. So the ability to practice and rehearse that for them is also really important.
Да, так. Додає наснаги багато. Дивимося, навіть, який у них тут устрій життя, благоустрій життя, який у них порядок, дисципліна військова. Це все тільки подобається.
Yeah, definitely very inspiring, definitely adding to the confidence. We see how international partners organizing the training, their discipline, so it's definitely really encouraging for us.
One of Putin's strategic objectives was to split the West, split partners. What you see here is a living, tangible example of nations coming together to say no. We won't put up with that, and we will support Ukraine. And by sending troops here, we have 12 nations here working together in support of Ukraine, not just from Europe, from across the globe. And that is a really powerful statement.
Озброєння. Насамперед це озброєння, це в умовах нинішнього ведення війни те, чого нам найбільше не вистачає.
So the most important and useful thing that was received by Ukraine, weapon systems. In the current situation of war, we're really in need of weapon systems. Depends on the unit and the mission for that particular unit, but drones are very important. Ammunition is very important for us.
They're really good. They are determined. They have a tremendous will to fight. They learn from experience. If you look at some of the statistics published relatively recently by our own defense intelligence, in terms of their, they have a good kill ratio, and so in the close combat, that going back to the point I made about the core role of the infantry to close with and kill the enemy, they do it really well. On all the courses we do, and for all the time I've been involved, and I know from my predecessor before, ever since this mission set up in July 2022, we have seen a true will to fight and inner strength in the people of Ukraine, both in the soldiers coming through, but actually in Ukraine more broadly. So I'm always humbled by that, and it's really rewarding, and it's a great honour to be able to lead the mission that's responsible for trying to help train them.
Morale and their will to fight, that's really impressed me. They've always got a sense of humour. They're always laughing. Yeah, so that's a big one.
Що ви хотіли сказати Путіну?
Можна?